What words do you stutter on, right? Everyone who regularly stutters, they have common or frequent words and sounds that they would stutter on. I know for me, the words starting with the letter I or S or H are few of the common um, letters that I would be stuttering on or having blocks on. So, for example, words like India, Indian, snacks, super funds, superannuation are some of the words I would stutter on. Even the word how is another example of a word I would commonly stutter on. Of course, there are other words and other letters that I stutter on, but these are some of the more common ones that I do when I'm in that stuttering phase. Now, the reason why I created this video was to basically share that even though I am pretty fluent, I am at peace with my stutter as well. I still have those little moments where I stutter, and rather than spiraling myself into frustration or guilt or embarrassment, there are a few things I do to get myself back into my authentic self where I'm being free with my expression. So there are a few things I do to help me get myself to be more authentic, more free during those moments I stutter on for those words I mentioned earlier. The first thing that I do is I am very compassionate with myself. I talk to myself in a compassionate, in a loving way. So if I do stutter in a word that's very common to me, like super funds, and I would have an internal conversation with myself that sounds something similar to this. Hey, Reg, it's okay you stutter. It's okay. I still love you. You're awesome. Yeah. So something compassionate towards yourself during those times when you stutter. The second thing that I do is I relax into myself. So what this means is I would take in a deep breath and also a longer exhalation, right? And I would just be aware of my breathing and just have a more purposely deep breath and a longer exhalation. And this would help me relax. The third thing I would do is I just unconsciously do this is I am very present. I am in the moment, and whenever I am going through a stutter or a block, I am being aware and present and just watching my thoughts, feeling my emotions, right? And that's a great place to be because you don't become identified with what's happening with you when you stutter. You create this space between you and the stuttering that you're going through. The other day, I caught up with a friend and I wanted to ask him how he was going, right? And H in the word how is a sometimes a common word that I would block on. And this at this particular time, I was blocking and stuttering a little bit more, and there were a few other words I was stuttering on. Stuttering on. So rather than spiral myself into frustration, guilt, and get myself into a mindset and a place where I'm trying to have the perfect speech, I applied those three things that I told you about earlier on, which is be compassionate to yourself, have an internal dialogue where you're just talking to yourself in a kind way, relax into yourself as well. Have those deep breaths and long exhalations, and be present in the moment. Be present with whatever's happening internally with your stutter. And then within a few moments, I could feel myself pull myself back into an authentic self, in a free self, and I could just focus on the connection and the conversation I was having with my friend, and the experience with him turned out to be a great day. We all have moments where we're going to stutter and block on the journey to improving and embracing your stutter. There are other stutterers that I know who are at a good place with their stutter and they're very fluent and they still have these moments, right? But they have these internal mechanisms, processes where they just talk to themselves in a way where they get themselves back to a place where they're freely expressing and they don't really care about the stutter as well. And and eventually they just become more fluent. So be kind to yourself. Keep working on yourself, right? And you'll get there. You eventually will get there to a place where you're happy with your fluency and you're loving your stutter. Let me know what words or sounds there are that you stutter on, okay? And let's work on this journey together. And is there anything else? Oh yeah, one more tip, right? One more tip. Remember, don't let stuttering define you. Your strength and your resilience defines you. We're all on this journey together. Right? Be happy. Have an awesome day.